Before we get started, we have several people who are absent. Dave Armstrong is gone today, and Jerry has his proxy. Jim Estes is gone, he's the secretary, and Jerry also has his proxy. Dave DeGraff is gone, and I have his proxy. And Clay has graciously considered to take notes today, minutes today, so bear with us. We thank you. Okay, the approval of the March 11th meeting minutes. Are any additions or corrections? If not, all those approving? Jerry has 3 and I have 2, so, okay. Okay, golf facilities. I want to remind you that we will start them back up next month. Please take a little extra time on your course and do a little checking on some various things, especially safety issues, because those are things that crop up over the winter that we're not aware of, and check maybe some unusual places as you walk up to the green or down from the green, etc., so that we catch everything so nobody gets hurt that we could have caught ahead of time. So I'd appreciate that, and we will report on those next month. Okay? Any question on those? And I'll remember to tell the other 3 the same thing. Okay, we'll start with maintenance, and Graham, you're up.
Okay, just want to report the Bermuda greens at Scottsdale and Brittany all look really good coming out of winter cover. I think the guys have done a great job making sure that they're protected, and they look very healthy at this point in time. We are seeing some green up on all our Bermuda tees and fairways, but also we're actually seeing growth at the Highlands on the zoysia grass, so we're happy with that. We think it's probably at least 2 weeks ahead of the Bermuda at this point. And you know, I would just caution everyone that we should still be, you know, we need to be patient over the next couple months and make sure that we do make it through winter. Okay, you know, we could always get a late cold snap or something like that, and we definitely don't want to declare that we don't have any winter kill. But right now, things look good. We're happy with where we're at, and we'll see by probably end of April where we're at. We should know by then. So we're planning on beginning our fertilization practices probably in late March to early April on all golf courses, and that's just to start some growth, and that'll really help us identify if there's any areas that did get damaged. We've gotten all our spring weed pre-emergent applications down on all golf courses except for a little bit at the Highlands and the Rough that Greg's going to complete. He's hoping by the end of the week or through the weekend potentially. We did get 6 inches of rain last week and saw some minor flooding on Kingswood, Birchdale, and Country Club. We had the golf courses closed for a day or 2 in that stretch, and just some impassable areas, nothing too crazy, but there was a little bit of flooding there. And then we started the greens aerification this month on the bentgrass golf courses. So we did the Highlands. We were scheduled for Monday, but we had a bunch of rain Sunday night, and then had to push that back a day because it was too wet to get our equipment out on Monday. So that went well on Tuesday. We did Dogwood this week on Monday, and that went well. We'll be doing Kingswood and Birchdale next Monday and Tuesday, and then Country Club on March 23rd. So that will complete all of the spring aerification on the greens. We are going fairly small tines on all the golf courses, except for we're going to get a little bit more aggressive on Kingswood just to help us recover from the damage we still have on those golf courses, which is really just needs to fill in at this point. There's grass everywhere, it just needs to kind of to finish knitting in. So the aerification is going to help us there. Encourage new growth and that sort of thing. And we are still kind of in a holding pattern on finalizing what we're going to do over at 8 Country Club for future snow events to get that kind of be an impenetrable area. We're waiting on the fire department, Bella Vista, to kind of give us the okay there. So hopefully we'll know something really soon. And then that we think what we'll do is probably put boulders along the road, and then have an area where emergency vehicles could pull in, but we'll have the ability to kind of put steel cable up and block everybody during a snow event from using that as a parking lot. So that's kind of what we're thinking there. We'll see if that gets approved. Capital project update. Reed needs to make a chemical application to kill the ryegrass that he planted over on 13 Country Club tees. He's going to make that application late March, early April, and then we'll be sodding that area mid-April once the ryegrass dies. Shane has finished all of the drainage culvert replacements. 8, 9, 10, and 11 were done. There's still some, just a note, that we just replaced the ones that were failing. There's still that galvanized steel pipe out there in areas. It just hasn't failed yet. So there may be future work to be done, but that is done. To this point, we will sod that probably likely in early April, wherever we had to trench those lines in across some of those fairways and in the rough. So we're now working on getting those fans installed at Kingswood. We hope to be done with that project end of April. You know, we have to install the fans and then run electrical wire to those you know, in order to get all that to work. So we'll be hoping to get that done by end of April. Greg seeded the nursery green at the Highlands yesterday, so that's done. That project's complete. And then Scottsdale Driving Range T, all the dirt work at Mac did was just phenomenal. We've got a concrete hitting pad there, and then a walk-up area in concrete. Turned out really, really nice. Regraded the whole T slope, or the whole T and surrounding slope. Just really, really good finished result there, and we're just waiting to sod that. We're hoping to get sod Monday or Tuesday next week, and then have that sod installed and be able to at least open it up for the mats at that point. So we think it'll be a big improvement. That's kind of my report. Any questions?
On number 7 at Highlands, R5, that electric box that's there with the
Number 8.
or number 8. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. What did I say? 7?
Yeah.
I did. I'm sorry. 8. Is that a permanent situation? Our red
That-
T box like goes.
Right, a golf,
Through it.
yeah, a golf cart ran that over this past summer, and we just kind of had to protect it. In fact, we just talked about that today. Greg did. He's going to end up. So we have to fix that irrigation controller, but then to prevent that from happening again, he's thinking kind of surrounding that thing with some large boulders.
Okay.
So that's kind of what that's going to look like moving forward. But yeah, it's been an eyesore for a while.
For
I
red T
agree.
box, that's exactly where we aim.
Right.
Just saying.
Yep.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
Question on the lake on Kingswood number 6, is that gonna fill in this year, or what is the status on the lake?
The lake at Kingswood?
Yeah.
So that thing has been, after we started skimming the silt out, and we eventually sealed it where it wouldn't drain, like, water was going down during the lack of rain this fall, but it never did get dry again. So we were never able to get in there and install that liner. We ended up closing that capital project out. It was full after following the rains, but honestly, I assume it's holding water now because it never did drain out again after we kind of moved that silt around and kind of resealed that thing.
Are all the projects in-house work?
All of these are.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else?
I just got one quick. Since the dam is being removed down there, do we anticipate any change in how much floodwaters would get on our golf courses or anything like that?
So we did the flood study back in 2017, and there's 85.5 square miles of tributary that feeds into that. And what the hydrologist said is that Lake Bella Vista is 3 acres, averaging 6 feet in depth, otherwise known as a puddle. So it will have zero impact. I mean, when it's flooding and it's getting on the road and everything, that dam's not going to contribute anything at all. So we don't anticipate any additional change when they remove that.
Well, good, because I mean, we haven't had any significant flooding since the big one we had, was over all the courses down there, so.
And that flood study is still available on our website.
Okay.
It's a riveting read. So feel free to read through it anytime you have insomnia.
Any other questions for Graham? Okay, Daryl.
All right, rounds report. February was super strong month, unseasonably warm temperatures, as everybody knows. We did have 5 days of closure right at the beginning with the snow that kind of went into February, and we had a couple days of cold. But man, it was a great month for golf, and our rounds show it. We ended at 10,256 rounds, up by 4,700 over last year. Membership rounds were up 3,463, and guests were up 1,249. If we go on to our year-to-date, which this month has been kind of a tough one with the rain coming down, but when we are open, as Alex would test, we are busy. But year-to-date, we had 15,822. Membership rounds are up by 5,868. Sorry, the total rounds up by 7,717. That's pretty sweet right there. Memberships up by 5,868, and guest rounds are up by 1,849. The cave bookings are at 229 year-to-date. Last month they were at 115, but you'll see when the courses are open, the cave is open too, because everyone's out on the golf courses. So it's pretty good to go there. Range buckets, we are at 9,130. It's up 6,698 over last year. Remember last year at this time, Tanya Creek wasn't open as of yet, and kind of go from there. We did do a change up at the cave. If a customer does no show us, one, they get warned and get dinged. But if they don't show at a certain time and you walk in and that simulator is open, you can pay a lesser fee for an hour, and you can pay. That's something we learned. We wanted to see how it was going, so this will be there'll be a lot of customers happy with that when they walk in, like, no one's there. But we've got to give a person a time for a no-show, just in case they're running late or something happens, they're on their way. Same thing in the golf shops. If we have a tee time day, we will try to work them in if they show up late. Traffic, accidents, whatever happens. So that's kind of a good little thing we're doing for the cave. The other thing I want to give a big shout out to is Nate in Golf Operations. He joined us a year ago, just over a year ago. He joined us right before Christmas, then we had Christmas, and then we got back into it. And this time last year, he was flooded. He's like 131 summer groups. Everybody wants his schedule. Everybody wants his tee time. Everybody wants his course. This is crazy. And be honest, he almost walked out on us. No, he didn't. We kind of calmed down. We went through it. Well, this year, that young gentleman in that office has done a phenomenal job. He has everybody scheduled for the whole year in summer. It's all out there. He's doing some tweaks here and there. He's ahead of the game. So if anyone's going around Golf Operations, stick your head in there, see Nate, say good job. And just I want to explain to the customers, we will not keep everybody happy. It's impossible. Over 11,000 active golfing members. We can't keep everybody happy, but he does a good job to keep most people happy. So shout out to Nate, and yeah, it's been a good start to the year. Turn the sprinklers off, Graham, just for a little bit, okay? Okay. Any questions for me?
Questions at all for Darrell?
David has.
How many active golfers?
Just at 11,000 active golfers, and that's not somebody playing once. We classify that as over 10 to 15 rounds in the summer. So we have a lot of golfers. Yeah, it's a big number. I remember when we started, it wasn't that big. It keeps growing every year about quite a bit.
Alex?
All right, our tournament season's getting a little closer. First event coming up this year is our Shot in the Dark tournament. We released it last Friday, same time as the e-update. It filled up in about 4 hours. So by 3 or 4 p.m., we were on to our waiting list. So yeah, good participation in that one. Following those, we've got the 3-person scramble at Dogwood. The date of the event is Saturday, May the 2nd. Registration will begin about 6 weeks out as our typical, and that'll be on March the 20th. That should be next Friday. Following that, there's the Folds of Honor tournament at the Highlands. That's on Saturday, May the 16th, and registration for that event will open on Friday, March the 27th. So all of our spring teaching programs are now currently open for registration. Many of them are getting close to filled up. All of
all of Hannah's ladies Operation 36 classes. I would recommend getting in sooner than later, looking at the numbers that she's getting out of those, especially being a couple of months out. She's doing really well. But men's Operation 36, juniors and couples all have pretty good signups to begin the year with. Hannah's been working a lot on Futures Academy things. So in kind of Futures Academy news, we've got a date set for a Futures Cup Invitational, and that's Saturday, the July 25th here at Bella Vista Country Club. There's going to be 7 different area clubs that are going to be competing there. It'll be like a junior scramble / stroke play. I didn't quite get exactly what the format was for that, but it'll be all the other teams that we play in our PGA Junior League. So it'll be Fayetteville Country Club in Springdale, Shadow Valley First Tee. I'm probably missing just a couple, but the date has been set for that, Saturday, July the 25th. PGA Junior League, speaking of that, has concluded registration. We've got 14 juniors ready to play, and that's almost 2 teams worth. So we have a good bit of participation in that. And just to throw something else out for Futures Academy, one of our scholarship recipients from 2025 just won the State Golf Association Hot Springs Junior Tournament, Miss Tegan Muldoon, in a 3-way playoff. I guess she made a 20-foot putt there to cap it all off. So congratulations to Tegan and her first victory there. But that's all that I have. Any questions for me?
For 3 positions. Ballots will come out the middle of April, and the election will conclude the middle of May. So make sure you vote. Also, some of you may have received an email late last week. It is, we're trying to get more people to opt in to only receive electronic ballots. Our governing documents say that you have to receive a paper ballot, but we checked with our law firm, and so if you opt in, we can't force you, but if you opt in, we will only send you a electronic ballot. We have about 1,500 people signed up so far. We'd like to get a much higher number. Last year, our election cost us $55,000, with most of that being paper and postage. So if we can eliminate or reduce that greatly, we should be able to see a savings. So, and once you opt in, you're opted in until you opt out. So the next election and the next election after that, you just stay opted in if you want to see that. So if you see an email, it's legit, and that's all I have to offer.
Okay. Questions for Tom? Bob?
2 observations. Islands, number 1. Down at the bottom of the hill, when you come down the fairway on the left-hand side over by the gully, you guys got some yellow rope there. That's starting to creep even closer to the fairway and creep back underneath where the tiling's been exposed. And that cavern is big enough we could have the whole meeting in there. We could easily fit all of us in there, even the people in the audience. Second observation, number 3, here at the country club, about 17 yards off the green on the right-hand side, that is really washed out, and that is within 4 or 5 feet of the fairway. It's not a very big washout area, but I can see it's gotten noticeably bigger in the last year. And then down where you make the turn on that same hole, where the level of ground goes from here to here, as a dog legs to the right, there used to be an old, or there still is, somebody put it in there, an old metal dike on the water with a hole in it. And that hole, I'm assuming, was for drainage tile, I don't know, but it's actually started backing up towards the fairway in the same manner as it is by the green. So I don't know, that whole area has undergone a tremendous amount of erosion in the last 2 years.
Yeah, we looked at that. Reed and I did just recently. Reed and I just recently looked at that, and we're gonna get all that fixed up for sure.
Anything else, Bob? Dave?
Yeah, just yesterday afternoon, I heard from a member that on social media, the rumors are going around that Kingswood and Birchdale are gonna get closed down. I don't know where this comes from. and I don't know what the rationale is, but social media. And,
Another false rumor.
absolutely
We'll say that
false.
very clearly. False rumor.
I thought I said social media, I mean, that.
Yeah, I know, but false rumor, there's no plans. End of
No.
story.
Absolutely no plans to get
Go
rid
back
of
to
it.
the person that came up with the rumor and ask them about it, because it didn't come from us.
Well, Nate said that we couldn't do it because he needs those tee times. And on the pond, Kingswood
Six.
6, is there any way you can level off those banks and just? Cause there's,
Oh, you're talking about the dirt just being.
yeah, when they got their skid loaders stuck, you know, pushing it off to the
We
sides.
talked to, yeah, we were playing with Mac to push that stuff back in and kind of smooth that back down.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, that's still something.
I don't know how you would manage
Yes.
to do that because of water in there. I figured you're probably just gonna have to set a track hoe up there and push it
That's
out,
exa-
just
that's
level
exactly what we
it,
would
cover it
do.
with water and who cares?
Shoot the other direction.
Make the pond a little bigger too, you know? So you can
Anything else?
Fill it up with golf balls.
Okay, anything from the public?
Yes.
First of all, do we get any emails come in? Okay, excuse me, go ahead. Come up and state your name, and you've got 3 minutes to visit with us.
Mike Brzeski, second time caller. Let's see, I work with a group, the Natty Golf Club.
You need to speak into the mic
I
because
said I work with a group, the Natty Golf Club, and once a month I kick out the minutes from your meeting to them, and they come back to me, of course, with questions. And within our group, the average age of the group is about 38 years old. We also have a lot of walkers in our group. So they've asked on some of the par threes, like Dogwood number 7, is there an opportunity to, from tee to the little piece of the fairway to the apron, just cut a walking path? You know, and then the other par threes where it makes sense, do the same. We do walk all the courses, you know, when we do walk. Secondly, there's another question. Does the POA have the ability to track booked but not played tee times?
repeat that.
Repeat that question again?
Does the POA have the ability to track the booked tee times for individuals but not played?
Yes.
No shows.
We do no-shows. We have a no-show checklist that we report every day, and we monitor it, and we, if people continue to no-show, they get emails,
Okay.
and there are repercussions on that.
And then with the cancellation policy, is that 24 hours or is that hours in advance? What is it?
It's 24 hours and also subject to weather. Obviously, like today, half the crew would have got an email today saying you did not show.
Okay.
So, yeah, we look into a lot of that type of stuff. And obviously, if somebody calls into the pro shop before and has a health issue, we take care of that, and that's where it is. Yes, sir.
Okay, so another question, and some of the guys in the group, they've played in private courses and other courses with multiples. They've asked, would the POA consider making one course available a day as a member course only for the day? Just asking, I understand we're trying to generate income, but, you know, I'm just asking, you know, I'm gonna ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, I
from
think
these guys.
the crew does a great job of making sure we get our members out there. With 7 golf courses, I think they do a really good job. With that being said, we always have to be, Daryl and his crew always have to balance, and, you know, non-members bring in over $2 million a year, and we can't reduce that number.
Right.
So I think right now the status quo works and it makes sense, and we are, you know, always remember this: members get 10 days out, everybody else gets 7. If you're calling 10 days out, you should be able to get your pick.
Understood. Like I said, I ask these questions because I write them down and send them back out. So, and then lastly, you know, I did ask this last week, and I'll continue to ask until we get the answer we want. we do have a lot of walkers. We've seen walkers, the walking community grow in Bella Vista, not just with our group, but, you know, I've been out in the afternoons. I've seen a lot of similarly mature golfers as myself in my 60s walking the golf courses. So, you know, is there a way, Daryl, I know you're getting ready to say no. Is there a way when booking tee times that walkers can flag that they are walking for the golf, you know, not only for themselves or for like shotguns so they can get convenient tee slots and tees, but also to allow the clubhouse to better prepare so they don't charge for a full and then that person has to go back and get a refund. We've seen that happen probably about 50% of the time with our walkers. So yeah, it's just, you know, they go in and because they're not flagged as a walker, they just go in, they pay, they get their tag and they walk out and then they have to go back in and get a refund. So trying to clean up some of the administrative stuff by saying, hey, if you're walking, check this box on the booking.
So our program, we'll jump on that real quick. So the program, no, that's one. So you knew that was coming. Number two, it's all done by membership number. Number three, on that checking in, the individual checking in, I've been behind the counters and they get rung up. That's when they should, I am walking, that's too much. There it is right there. So that's kind of what they need to do on that side. I haven't heard 50%, I've heard there's about three.
It's been from our group.
Yeah, there's about three that check, got talking, and they walk out like, oh, they charged me too much, and we'll fix it.
Yeah.
But that's you got to be. This is a small percentage of the total rounds that we have that are walking.
But it's
The second thing, it is going up. I get it. One thing I want to put out to the Natty group: walking, great, love it. Tee times. Do tee times. You start on number one, and then the same thing too is it's the same thing as a guy in a golf cart. I can't show preference to people that are playing on that same shotgun, and everybody wants to start near the clubhouse because it's closer, it's easier, and all that type of stuff. We do our best we can, and I said last time, reach out to the pros if they can work around it as best they can, but I can't show special treatment to one group. Otherwise, I get killed by the 130.
We're not asking for special treatment to one group. We're
We appreciate you
special
coming in.
treatment to the walking
Your
community.
time's up, sir. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Wow, gavelled. Got it.
Anyone else want to visit with us? Okay, old business. Anybody have anything for old business? And I have nothing for new business at this time. Okay, I will remind you that your facilities report is due next month. Please take a quick look at it and check it out. We'll go from there. And Clay, we appreciate and we thank you for doing the minutes today. And if nothing else, for the good of the cause, we stand adjourned.